All right, I'm gonna give people about a minute to show up, and I can hear myself through somebody's speaker.
Is that
Yeah, it was you, Brett. I muted you. All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and get started. So we're gonna be doing some wrist stuff. So this is really good if you have pain in the front rack and or just looking for wrist stability. So the first thing that we're gonna do is come into a stretch. I'm just getting my timer set up there. So you're gonna point your hands back towards your knees. And actually we're gonna move through and do both hands in the stretch at a time. So we're gonna hang out here for 2 minutes. So the idea here is to have your palms flat on the floor and try not to let that hand come up. So we want the wrist nice and flat on the floor. So I'm just hanging out here passively for 2 minutes. So we're not really trying to activate anything, but we are trying to have our hand flat on the floor. So another 30 seconds here, and then we're gonna go into working with one arm at a time. All right, and so come off of that left hand, keep that right hand on the ground. So what we're gonna do is we're kind of finding our end range, coming off the end range just a little bit, and press the hand into the ground as if you're trying to do this movement, but you're not actually moving, okay? So go ahead and press that hand into the ground as hard as you can. And we're gonna be here for 30 seconds. So just keep pressing. If you feel any pinching pain in your joint, in that wrist joint, I want you to back off the range of motion until you don't have any more pinching pain, okay? So keep pushing that hand in, push, 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 and let go of that activation, try and deepen the stretch some. So while we're sitting, try and play with activating your fingers, put your weight through different parts of your hand. See if you can change where you're feeling that through your forearm. Try and find where you're tightest. And we're gonna go ahead and push that hand into the ground. Push, push, push. Keep pushing. We're about halfway here. 10 more seconds. 5 more seconds. And let go of that activation. So we're just hanging out for 30 seconds. If you're wondering why we're just doing one side and not both at the same time, it's because it would just be too much information for the nervous system. The way that we kind of activate and then we activate in both directions, we're really trying to get the nervous system on board with making some changes to the tissue. So doing both arms at once would just kind of overload the system. Go ahead and push again, push that hand into the ground. This is our last 30-second round here. Keep pressing. Halfway. Keep pressing, 5 more seconds. And stretch. And so we're going to come off that gently. We're going to spin that hand around so that our fingers are pointed out. If you need to kind of move your hand around a little bit, do that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to lift the hand up off the floor. Okay, trying not to bend the elbow to keep the elbow completely straight. So we're just going to do some 10-second lift off, maybe a little bit longer. So go ahead and pull the hand up off the floor without bending that elbow. Pull the hand up. Even if the hand doesn't move, you're just trying to pull it up off the floor. So splay the fingers, pull up, 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 up. Keep pulling up for 5 more seconds. And drop down. So just relax here. And 10 more seconds, we're going to pull up again. Kind of pull that hand up off the floor. Kind of splay your fingers, really, really try and pull up off the floor. Keep pulling up. 5 more seconds. And drop down. So just relax. We're going to lift off one more time. Now 10 more seconds. Got to pull that hand up off the floor. Pull it up, 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 up. As much as you can. Keep that elbow straight. Keep pulling up. And drop it down. So coming into that left arm, we're just going to sit for 30 seconds just in a stretch. And then we're going to activate the hand in about 10 seconds, pressing it into the ground. So go and press that hand into the ground. Press, 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 push down. Keep pushing down as hard as you can. That's 15 seconds. Five more seconds. And stretch. So let go of that activation and try and deepen that stretch a little bit. Five more seconds and we're going to push again. And go ahead and push that hand into the ground as hard as you can. Again, any pinching pain in that wrist and back off the range of motion some. Halfway. And relax, deepen the stretch. Another 15 seconds, we're going to have our last push. And go ahead and push that hand into the ground. Really be active through those fingers, be active through the thumb, feel that whole hand pressing into the ground. Halfway. Five more seconds. And let go of that activation. So we're just going to stretch here. And come out of that nice and slow. So give that wrist some love. It's a lot of time under tension. Okay, so fingers point away, elbow stays straight. And in 10 seconds, we're going to lift up. Lift that hand up, 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 up. Pull the fingers back, keep the elbow straight. Try and plant that wrist on the ground and lift the hand up. Keep pulling for 5 more seconds. And drop it down. And we're getting ready to lift up again. So go, pull up, 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 lift that hand up. Keep trying to pull it up. Active fingers, active through the top of that hand. 5 more seconds. And drop it down. Just one more lift off here. And we're going to go ahead and lift again. Pull that hand up, 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 up. Force that elbow straight. Keep pulling up. 5 more seconds. And drop down. Nice work. All right, so next we're going to go into some controlled articular rotations for the wrist. So these are more than joint circles. You know, I kind of feel like a broken record. I'm always talking about these. So I'm just going to use this box. If you have a chair, you can use your other hand if you want to. So the important thing here is that as we move through these wrist circles, we're keeping those 2 bones in our forearm from turning over, right? So we want those bones to be nice and still. So these long bones in our forearm aren't going to move, because if I let them, you'll see kind of my whole arm will turn, okay? And that's me cheating and using this joint and this joint to kind of enhance the movement in my wrist. And we really want to isolate movement in the wrist. So grab your lax ball, or your tennis ball, or whatever ball you have handy. And you're gonna grasp that ball really, really hard. And we're creating all that internal drive, right? So I'm just using this to pin this down so that I can feel if those long bones in my forearm are moving. And what I'm going to do is really slow and controlled. I'm going to take my wrist around, really fighting for and trying to find the end ranges of my wrist. And I'm just going to go for 5 repetitions in each direction. And I'm going super slow and making this super hard. It's really interesting to feel those bones in my forearm try to move, realize how much I actually cheat on wrist movement. So that was 5. So now I'm just going to go in the other direction. So that was 5 in each direction. If you're getting any cramping in your hand, that's okay. It just means that you're using ranges of motion that your body isn't used to. So we're going to switch to the other hand. So again, 5, slow and controlled in each direction. And when you're done with that, hold on to that lacrosse ball. I actually have to grab another one. I'll be right back. So for this, we technically want 2 lacrosse balls. If you have a tennis ball or anything else, if you only have 1 ball, just one hand is going to squeeze really, really hard. Okay. But holding on to these balls. So again, grasping them really, really tightly, the same way that we did with the wrist bars. So we're going to do some elbow controlled articular rotations here. So basically what we do is we start holding the balls, squeezing super tight. So we're making this movement really hard, okay? So I'm gonna bend my elbows as if I'm curling a 50-pound dumbbell, right? I'm gonna get up to the top, rotate my hands out, and drop down. Again, as if I'm dropping that 50-pound dumbbell down. So we're going for 10 repetitions here. And that was 5. Just one more here. All right, shake that out. If that wasn't really hard, then you're not making it hard enough. So these are pretty difficult. So now we're going to do 10 more in the opposite direction, okay? So we're starting with our palms back, right? And we're lifting that 50-pound dumbbell up at the top, flipping and dropping down. So my forearms are completely on fire. I hope yours are too. All right, so now we're going to go into a little bit of kind of PNF for the lats and the triceps. So we're going to use a chair or a box or whatever you have handy, and we're going to come into this position where we're getting a good tricep stretch, and a good lat stretch. All right, so once we're in this position, so you're kind of wanting your lats and your triceps to get nice and stretched out. So you're trying to push your fingers down your back, letting your chest open up to the floor, and really feel that length down your side body. So we're going to be here for 2 minutes. I'm trying to keep your hands in contact with your back, not let them travel up into the air. So we're halfway through here. Thirty more seconds. In 15 seconds, we're going to drive our elbows down into the box or the chair or whatever surface we have them on. And go. Drive those elbows down. Drive them down. Hopefully you feel some opening through your lats and in your side body. Keep driving down. Halfway. Five more seconds. And let go of that activation and just stretch. Let your chest fall down towards the floor. And press those elbows in again, drive them down. Drive, drive, drive with everything you've got. Halfway. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. And relax into the stretch. We're just going to be here for another 20 seconds. And slowly peel yourself out of that. Nice work, guys. You're all unmuted.
Thanks, Judy. That was painful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was fun.
It's always fun. So this kind of stuff you can visit 2 or 3 times a week. And again, if you have pain in the front rack, if you have any instability in your wrist, If you're trying to improve your hand walking skills, all of those things, this is hugely beneficial for. And as always, if anybody has something specific that you want me to design a class around, please reach out to me. Okay?
Thanks, Jody.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
See you
Hey,
next
Judy,
week,
where-
guys.
you.
What?
Where
What's
are
up?
the recorded, like the older mobility classes posted, the recordings?
They are currently on my computer because I'm extremely tech silly, and I can't figure out how to post them to the YouTube page that I'm trying to make. It keeps telling me that the videos are too long, which doesn't
Oh,
make sense
okay.
to me because I've seen many longer videos on YouTube. So,
Yeah, I've watched the movies.
yeah, so I'm dedicating some time tomorrow to work on that and try and get them up. And so once they're up, you'll be able to look at them at any time. So once
Okay,
I get it done, I'll post on the page that they're up there. Okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a great week. See ya.
You too, girl.
Bubby says hi.